All right, so we're diving into this Hypno Vibes channel,
Right.
The one you sent me.
Yeah.
And we've got Naomi. She's the hypnotist.
Okay.
And then there's Navi. They're the one being hypnotized, acting as the channeler.
Right.
So they're working together to tap into this energy.
I see.
They call it light.
Light. Okay.
And they're trying to gain some, insights from it. Pretty fascinating stuff, right?
Yeah, definitely interesting. And not just any insights, right?
Hmm?
They're really focused on Donald Trump here.
Oh, yeah. Like his old presidency and everything.
Wow.
Using this light energy to understand it.
Pretty wild combination, if you ask me.
It really is.
Yeah.
So they start off trying to, reconnect with this light.
Okay.
Which makes me think they've probably worked with this energy before.
Interesting.
And Nabi's asking about, what might happen in the future, especially events influenced by other beings or energies.
I see. So there's this underlying idea that maybe the future is, predetermined in some way?
Yeah, or at least influenced by higher powers or something.
Right, right.
Because Navi specifically asks for the, concept of what might happen. But then they also say, we're not supposed to actually know the future.
Yeah, so it's like they want the big picture, but without knowing the specifics.
Exactly. Like trying to walk this fine line.
Interesting.
Between getting information and, respecting the limits of knowledge.
Makes sense.
So they go through this whole process to channel the energy.
Okay.
Counting down from 3, and you can feel the anticipation building.
Yeah.
Then light makes an appearance.
Light.
And the way they talk about light, it's like this vast, immense energy.
It's just
almost like it exists beyond this specific session,
It really raises the question, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What exactly is light?
Yeah.
Is it a separate being? Or some kind of collective consciousness?
Ooh.
Or maybe it's just a part of Navi's subconscious.
Right. And Navi starts asking all these questions right away.
Oh, like what?
Like what events are going to happen and how will Trump become aware of them, that kind of thing.
I see. And what does light say about that?
Well, light suggests that Trump's already aware on a spiritual level, even if he doesn't consciously understand it.
So there's this connection between Trump and these unseen forces.
Right. It goes beyond his everyday awareness, apparently.
Fascinating.
Then they bring up this 2-year time frame.
2 years. Okay.
Yeah, light says there's a significant event that will happen within 2 years. And it's probably linked to Trump's growing awareness of these forces.
I wonder what people thought when they first heard this. Were they excited, worried?
Right, waiting to see what was going to happen.
Especially considering the political climate at the time.
Exactly. And then, out of nowhere, light drops this bombshell.
What?
They say that Trump and Navi have a shared history.
Okay.
They were part of the same soul family millions of years ago.
Whoa, hold on. Millions of years ago.
Yeah, on a planet with, get this, lizard-type beings.
Lizard-type beings. Wow, we're talking reptilian beings here.
I know. Throws a whole new spin on past lives, doesn't it?
That's quite a claim.
It really is. So light describes Trump as a leader on this other planet.
Okay.
And Navi as a staff member helping him.
Interesting.
But there's this underlying implication that maybe their actions weren't so great back then.
Yeah, they weren't exactly benevolent rulers or something.
Right. And then light says something about conquering others, destroying the soul.
Oh, wow. So there's this karmic lesson coming into play.
Yeah, something both Trump and Navi need to learn from. And then just when you think it can't get any weirder, light predicts that presidential elections will become a thing of the past.
Wait, what? No more elections? How would that even work?
I know, right? What system could possibly replace them?
It makes you think, doesn't it?
It really does.
Is this a sign of some massive societal shift? Or maybe even a change in human consciousness?
Light does mention it depends on timelines and choices humans make.
Okay, so the future isn't set in stone.
Right. It's more like a possibility based on the path we choose.
So there's still hope.
Maybe. And then, get this, light identifies as being part of the fairy realm.
The fairy realm? Hold on. We went from reptilian beings to fairies.
I know. It's a wild ride.
Or
And they even connected back to an experience Navi had with ayahuasca in Colombia.
ayahuasca. Okay, so now we're getting into other dimensions and stuff.
Right. During this ayahuasca experience, Navi encountered this green energy.
Green energy.
And felt invited to their kingdom or something.
Wow. And light is confirming this, saying that ayahuasca exists on a different plane.
It's like they're putting all these pieces together, connecting Navi's experiences into this larger narrative.
And it all ties back to that idea of higher consciousness, really.
Oh, yeah, like what Naomi talks about in her book.
Exactly. The next level you.
It's almost like this session is a demonstration of what's possible.
Yeah, with deeper consciousness, I mean.
Right. Whether or not people believe in channeling, it's still a pretty fascinating exploration.
Definitely makes you think outside the box.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Light also says that chanting can help people connect with fairies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in forests or other natural settings.
Interesting. So there's like a ritualistic element to it.
Yeah, it's not just about believing, it's about actively seeking connection.
Makes sense.
And here's a weird detail. Light says they came through unexpectedly.
Unexpectedly. Why?
Because of Navi's playful nature. But then they mention a barrier.
A barrier.
Yeah, something that's preventing Navi from fully expressing this playfulness.
Now that's strange. Who put that barrier there?
Right. Is it like a mental block or something external?
It's a mystery.
So we've got playfulness and limitations, past lives and future predictions, reptilian beings and fairies.
This is a lot to process.
It really is. Where do we even go from here?
Well, I think we need to dig a bit deeper into what Light is telling Navi, because there seems to be a mix of encouragement and warnings in there.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what we can unpack.
Me too.
To do it.
So Light is telling Navi to be playful,
Yeah.
joyful, authentic,
Yeah.
and they say that's like the key to connecting with others.
Right, and attracting people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there's this whole thing about a barrier.
Oh, right. Like something's holding Navi back from being truly playful.
Exactly. So is it an internal struggle, you think?
Maybe. It's hard to say.
And then they connect martial arts to Navi's life source.
Yeah, and their spirit. They're encouraging them to keep practicing.
It's like they're saying martial arts can be a path to self-awareness, right?
Yeah. Like connecting the physical practice with spiritual energy.
It reminds me of what Naomi talks about in her book.
The next level you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those different levels of consciousness.
Right.
Almost like a roadmap for exploring our own potential.
This session is kind of an example of that, isn't it?
In a way, yeah.
Like, whether or not you believe in channeling, it's still a fascinating look at what humans can do.
Absolutely. This whole session's full of contrasts, though.
I know.
It's like playfulness versus limitations, past lives and future predictions.
Right. The reptilian beings and fairies.
It's a lot to wrap your head around.
It really is.
Light keeps coming back to the importance of connection, though.
Oh, yeah.
Not just with other beings, but with ourselves.
Like being authentic, right?
Exactly. They even say that without connection, we start to lose ourselves.
That's deep.
It really highlights the dangers of isolation.
Yeah.
Makes you think about how important relationships are.
It's true. We are social creatures after all.
And then there's this whole emphasis on joy.
Oh, yeah. Joy multiplies with joy, they said.
It's such a simple idea, but so powerful.
It's like joy is contagious.
Exactly.
The more we embrace it, the more it spreads.
And they even compare human connection to petting a cat.
That's kind of sweet.
I know, right?
What was it?
Like both parties experience bliss through that interaction.
Yeah. Even small interactions can have a big impact.
But then they bring up this idea about fear of the unknown.
Okay.
They say it's been seeded in us.
By other beings.
Yeah, from our own multiplanetary systems.
Wow. That's a pretty bold claim.
Like our fear isn't natural. It's been programmed into us.
And they think this fear is going to change soon.
As humanity encounters other beings, yeah.
What do they think will happen?
Well, they say it'll either be a wondrous experience or a fearful pushback.
So either we embrace these encounters or our fear leads to conflict.
Basically, it's a pretty fascinating dynamic.
This all circles back to Naomi's work, doesn't it?
Raising consciousness, you mean?
Yeah. It's like she's preparing people for a future where these encounters might be more common.
Definitely raises some questions about the future of humanity.
I'm starting to understand why you find this channel so interesting.
It's a lot, isn't it?
It really is.
It blends the mystical with the everyday.
Yeah, the personal and the political.
And it all comes together in a pretty compelling way.
Light ends by urging Navi to be joyful and authentic.
Yeah. They say to attract others with genuine expression, not fakeness.
That's a powerful message.
It speaks to that human desire for real connection.
But they also warn against isolation.
Right. You need to express, they say. You need to connect.
It's a good reminder that we need each other.
To thrive, to grow, to fully express ourselves.
And maybe we need these encounters with the unknown, with beings like Light, to help us remember who we are.
And what we're capable of.
So it seems like light wants Navi to, break free from all these limitations.
Yeah, those internal and external barriers.
To be more authentic, right?
Right. And that message really resonates, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. A lot of people are looking for that kind of connection, that deeper meaning.
It's about raising consciousness, like we were talking about.
It's not just about learning stuff, right?
No, it's about changing how we see things.
Expanding our awareness.
Being more in tune with ourselves.
Maybe that's the whole point of this HypnoVibes channel. It's not about the literal truth of every message.
Yeah.
It's more about sparking that curiosity.
Making us question our assumptions.
And showing us the possibilities of human consciousness.
What really stuck with you from Light's messages?
That whole thing about joy.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, joy multiplies with joy.
It's such a simple message.
But it's so powerful.
It reminds us that joy is limitless.
We can share it without it running out.
It's the opposite of that fear and isolation Light talks about.
Right. If we focus on joy and share it.
It creates this ripple effect.
Exactly. And it pushes back against those negative forces.
I don't know about you, but this session's been a lot.
Oh my gosh, yes. Reptilian beings, fairy realms.
Karmic lessons.
My mind is blown.
It really stretches the imagination, doesn't it?
It makes you think, what else is out there?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of these unconventional paths.
They make us question what we believe.
They open up new perspectives.
It's like we're getting a glimpse of a world.
Yeah, a world that's more connected than we thought.
Maybe even more complex.
And maybe those glimpses can inspire us.
Yeah.
To be more mindful, to connect more deeply, to create a better world.
So for our listeners out there, checking out this HypnoVibes channel,
yeah.
What do you think is the biggest takeaway from this deep dive?
I think it's the invitation to question.
Question what?
Everything. Our assumptions, our limits, the nature of reality itself.
Wow.
And through that questioning, we might discover new possibilities.
Those new connections.
And understand ourselves better.
Well said. This has been quite the journey.
I'm glad we could take it together.
Always a pleasure exploring these uncharted territories.
The mysteries beyond our everyday perception.
Until next time.
And now, I'd like to invite the energy that is related to the same channeling I had yesterday, but I just want a little bit more details related to this person, Donald Trump, and he just became the president. And I want to know that if things will happen from a different realm, beings, energies will contact him, that part. And I just want to know a little bit more. Doesn't have to be the things in the future. I know we're not supposed to know, but I like to know the concept. So when I count to 3, very excited to talk to this appropriate energy. 1, coming through this body. 2, almost here. And 3. When you are ready, you can let me know who you are.
Hello.
Yes. Hi. Who I'm speaking with?
Light.
What?
Light.
White.
Light.
Oh, light. Just light in general?
That is what I prefer to be called,
Oh, but you're massive light?
depending on the reference.
And you sometimes can be in this office as well?
I'm not the same type of light that you're thinking in your mind.
Can you tell me a little bit more? Now I'm more curious.
Part of what you would refer to as the fairy realm.
Theory. So I think I'll understand you more if we keep talking. So I just want to know what kind of thing will happen this year or next year, and how this president will eventually be aware.
What makes you think he's not?
He's already?
Not in the physical understanding of it,
Right.
but in the spiritual, and the dots are connecting in the way it should.
Right, I had that feeling. So I asked yesterday, and it seems as this person, he is not aware yet. But
Not in this moment of time, no.
uh-huh. So I'm just so excited to know how. I feel I'm going to
Give
him.
it 2 years,
2 years?
yes.
You're talking about right before that event?
At the start of it,
So he doesn't have to know anything about this before?
not at this time, no.
Because it's not going to help him.
It's not going to be suitable for him. Will lead to distractions on what he's currently proposed to do.
So what he's trying to do let's say he has a lot of new ideas and new policies.
He's one of the forefronts of
Oh,
those who are breaking down the system.
right. Yes, I'm very excited about that. And you think he can do it?
It's not him alone.
Right. So is he going to destroy this deep state?
Not him alone. There'll be many others like him, but he is one of the forefronts.
Right. And so one thing is I feel, because I think I know him, right, from before, long time ago. We are from the same soul family. Can you see that?
He used to have a leadership position in another planet that was considered, in your terms, lizard, and you used to be part of his.
What does that mean?
He was a leader in another planet that had lizard-type beings.
Right.
You were one of the staff members, you could say.
Helping him?
Yes.
What we were doing? No. So the reptilians?
Associated with that family.
Oh, this is the first time I heard that I was doing something negative.
You would need the balance. Not everything, life would not be so enjoyable without the balance.
Also, without the balance, we wouldn't learn much.
Yes.
So that was a long time ago?
You're considered millions of years ago.
So this life,
265
what was 65?
millions.
Wow. And what did we learn?
That conquering people rips the very fabric of your soul.
Can you say one more time?
That conquering other people and other beings destroys the very fabric of your soul.
I see. That was a good lesson.
It was.
So this life, I do feel there's going to be some sort of connection, but I'm not sure between me and him. Let's say 2 years later.
You won't have interactions directly, but in a more higher level, it wouldn't be a direct association.
Okay. So what I will be doing at that time?
Do not be so eager, let it happen the way it should.
Say one more time.
Do not be so eager, let it happen the way it should. Knowing before your time will not make any impact on what will happen.
Anything else you can let me know?
The ways of presidential elections will be a thing of the past in the coming years.
Can you say one more time? I did not understand.
The concept of presidential elections will be a thing of the past in the coming future.
Right. This will be the last one.
Depending on timelines.
So in the different realities?
Yes. Depending on what humans choose.
So there are certain people are ready.
Each individual goes through it at different points in their life. Different ages, different races, does not matter. The click happens when it is time.
So again, I cannot really understand the concept of you.
What more do you seek to understand?
So you said you're light, but it's not.
I'm part of the fairy realm.
What?
Fairy.
Fairy?
Yes.
Oh, so Tina used to be a fairy.
That is correct.
So when I was in Colombia doing the ayahuasca, I felt on my left side there is some sort of green energy, and they invited me to their kingdom. That's how I felt. Can you see that, or this is something else?
The energy of ayahuasca, even though those that pursue or utilize its properties and its energy, as they see it, is only the physical, but ayahuasca on its own resides on a different plane of existence entirely. You tapped into that plane of existence.
Is related to fairy or something else? Something from the nature.
Yes.
It's a different realm.
Goes hand in hand. The plants and our people get along quite well compared to your species. They get along quite well compared to your species in recent times. In the past, there was much more of a compatibility that has been lost.
So does fairy, what do they do on Earth?
They play with energies. They become energy. They put out energy.
And they move energy?
Yes.
But I never saw using my eyes, physical eyes. But some people can see.
It needs to be a mutual understanding between both species. Your forcefulness in wanting to seek with your eyes on our physical form does not happen just because you choose to want that. We could cloak our very essence if we want to, and we could reveal it if we want to.
So let's say next time if I go to another park, has to be forest, that kind of place, and maybe we'll be able to see fairies.
Chanting in the appropriate manner would assist.
So what made you come through today? I did not expect your energy at all.
This body has has a part of my essence within the playful nature of himself.
I see. The playful nature. I like to see from him more.
Others have seen it. You have not seen it because you don't bring it out to him.
Say it one more time.
Others have seen it, but you yourself put a barrier to him that does not allow him to be in that kind of state.
I created a barrier to allow him.
Yes.
And
You have that side of it yourself. So you very well understand the incredible energy of playfulness.
and so Tina has as well.
Yes. Those that have been in the realm of fairies have that innate nature from within.
So let's say me and Navi, we have been fairies before.
He has in the past.
Say one more time.
He has met you as a fairy
Oh.
in the past.
So fairies are always small compared with...
Not necessarily.
And fairy, my understanding is usually they're female. They can be male?
They could be androgynous if they can be as well. Combination of both male and female qualities. Restrictions is not as apparent to human species.
I see. When I'm doing this kind of channeling, through Navi, I can never predict who will come through because he has more connections with different species, different energies.
He's been around for a very long time. His lineup is very diverse and extraordinary.
Anything you want to let him know today?
Continue being playful, be joyful, be light, have laughter in your life, being yourself, keeping yourself. People will naturally be drawn to you. You give vagueness, people will pick up on it. It will not suit you and will not suit the other person.
Right.
It's not be entirely yourself.
So the sports we're doing, the martial arts, will help him.
It will give him a sense of structure that he craves in his life.
It's not just to do the exercise, the sports. It's really make, the energy inside of us, to have that energy move more.
Being free-flowing, yes.
So every time I go to the class, before I take the class, I feel one way, but after class, I feel much, much better, more alive, more connected.
Because you're tapping into your essence. People go along in their lives barely tapping into their very life source, their very spirit, feeling disconnected and in pieces. But once you connect to others and link others to your very core, you start putting back the puzzle in the way it's meant to be. This journey is not just for one individual, it's for the collective.
So I always feel this way, make other people happy is the best way for us to feel good.
Joy multiplies with joy.
Let's say, right, if I'm just doing something is good for me. But if I'm not connected...
It's like looking at a cat.
Yeah.
You see the cat on the floor, just standing there, looking at you. Your natural inclination with those big, beautiful eyes is to pet it, to look at it with eye-to-eye contact and pet it and feel the soothing of its hair and the purring of the sound of its purring. You feel bliss as well as that cat itself feels bliss as well, and it feels all so natural.
So without connections with others...
You start losing yourself.
Right, we cannot feel joy.
Yes. This world itself, the majority of it, feels as if there's not any other beings outside the realm of their own planet, of their own very existence. But that will soon change in the coming years when they'll have such either a wondrous experience of embodying those other beings or a fearful pushback of that experience.
Right. Because we are usually very afraid of unknown.
Yes.
And we think unknown is just bad, dangerous.
Yes. That beings come to seek to hurt them when it was quite the opposite in the early years of your civilizations,
It's something seated in our...
seeded by other beings that came from within your own other planetary systems.
So this is because something happened before on this planet?
Yes.
So that is kind of seated, built in our DNA?
Yes. Energy itself gets stuck for millennia unless it gets resolved through spiritual work.
So we need to understand this and be able to trust more.
It will happen, yes.
Very good. And I really appreciate you coming out today. And you give us a lot of guidance. And thank you again. And I look forward to speaking with you soon in the future.
Yes.
Thanks again.